From Sigma Woman, this is the Business for Aligned Women podcast. I'm your host, Clara McKay, your aligned business coach and advocate for all things showing up for your vision. This is a no BS space for brave-hearted women who are actually craving change, not just talk. I'm dedicated to bringing women's visions into reality, equipping women with all they need to build an abundant future, and shutting down all of the ways that you keep yourself small. Here, we're all about a women-centered approach, non-negotiable value alignment, and making bank without compromising your well-being. Each week, I'll be helping you to let go of shitty, limited mindset, comparison, overthinking, excuses that are holding you back, and feeling lost in biz, so that you can step into doing business in a way that feels good, step into total self-alignment, unshakable confidence, and to start taking direction on your vision. You will become the kind of woman who shows up for her dreams consistently, takes up space without question, and is making much more money and impact than she ever imagined. Just by making our time together your weekly ritual, you're already one step closer to your most aligned and abundant future. We have a punchy, quickie little ep for you today, and it's going to be part one of a two-part episode around 3 game changers that you can action this week in your business that will be game changers, that will massively change what's going on, how much sales you're getting, engagement, all of that kind of thing. But sweetheart, listening to this podcast and hearing these ideas ain't going to do jack shit unless you actually set aside some time in your week and action these things. If you listen to this and I need to do these things, go into your calendar, block out half a day or a day next week, or even just a few hours, and work through these few points that I'm giving you. If you do that, you will see significant shifts. Let's get into it. Number 1, we talked about this quite a bit last week, but I just want to remind you, it's word salad. It's literally what you need to do. You need to take your rose-tinted glasses off. You need to go sit in a dark room and then go back out, open up your computer, look at your website and look at your social media and ask yourself, is this absolutely clear and obvious? And change anything, take out any extra words that is not obvious. And what I would actually do is I would get you to do this for 3 months, remove all the fluff from everything and just start speaking in very simple, clear, direct terms. And at the end of 3 months, put a little note in your calendar so that you can go back and reflect on if there's been any shift in your engagement, in your sales, in web traffic. Next thing is very much a link to this, and it's basically, are you using insider language? This can be a bit of a tricky one because to an extent, you always want to be using language that your ideal client resonates with, and often there will be certain turns of phrase that they resonate with a lot. I know that you probably resonate with the term intentional, with the term alignment. You might even resonate a little bit with manifestation and value, doing things value aligned. All of these kind of things, self-care, self-love, all of those things you probably resonate with because I know my client quite well. But if you're using language that other people don't, that maybe your ideal client, if she's not very well versed, doesn't understand, and it's just literally gobbledygook, then we really need to clear that out and change it. The thing is that even though we're kind of towing this line of, well, I'm going to use language that she resonates with, and I think a problem that comes up for a lot of my clients, especially in health, is that they're using words and language as a way to try to communicate how smart and studious they are. But if I'm new to this service, I might be an ideal client and I might be totally ready to invest tons of money, and you're using too much language that I don't know yet, it's going to ostracize me. I'm going to feel dumb and I'm going to feel this is too advanced and too intense for me. I'm going to go and find someone who can speak to me where I'm at. I have personally had this experience, and I think that it happens when people are at the beginning of their business journey. They don't feel very confident. They try to overcompensate for that lack of confidence by trying to severely communicate how much they know about this. And it's actually doing the opposite, because when you focus on, I'm going to try and show you how smart I am, that you trust me more, rather than I'm going to really get to know you and I'm going to speak to you where you're at. For instance, I've worked with people and they've given me all of the science behind something, and it's not my job to learn the science, and I don't want to or need to or have the mental bandwidth to start understanding the science. I just need to know what's wrong and how to fix it and what I need to do. For most of us, we're in a place where, well, I don't need to become an expert in this. I just need help. Can you help me? Are you the person for me? Do you understand me enough to be able to help me? And it will be nice for you and a good experiment, if you are using insider language, to stop doing that for a few months and instead focus on communicating that you are the right person for your client and see what happens instead. The last point of these 3 game changers is there points in the buying process that people have to jump through hoops or make big decisions or provide a lot of information that might be putting people off? How they invest and how they purchase, is it confusing? Now, if you've been in your business for a long time and you haven't looked at this, you probably think it is. But again, you need to go away, step away from it, go and stand in a dark room and come back and look at it through refreshed eyes. Or I would ask 5 people that I would give them 100% off coupon code and get them to go through and buy something and see the smoothness and the simplicity of that project. And if there's any point in which there's an obstacle, they have to do another thing, then I would change that. Here are some really concrete examples from myself as a customer and as someone who routinely invests in women-owned businesses. This is from these experiences. If I have to book with you and pay a 50% deposit, but later on you're going to send me an invoice out of the blue, I don't want it. I want to pay 100% upfront and I want to forget about it. I want to forget that I made that payment and just receive the service. If I have to send you a bank transfer at any point in the process, I'm not going to work with you again. I know. How mean am I? But it's true. It's 2024. You should have an online payment processing system and people should be able to pay you online without going into their bank account and looking at your account number and having to, oh my God. No. That makes me feel sick doing that. And I always feel when I get into a situation with someone and they ask me to send a bank transfer, I cannot believe I'm actually sitting here and doing this. This is such a massive waste of my time. And I cannot believe that they think that this is okay to ask me to do in 2024. Same thing. If I can't book online, I'm not doing it. And I'm saying this to you because if I feel this way, lots of other people will definitely feel this way. And yes, I am a bit of a hard ass, but I don't want to get on the phone. I don't want to play phone tag. I don't want to have to send you a message and then fill out a form and And a lot of the time, even with discovery calls, I don't want to do a discovery call. I want you to send me your fees and I'll pay you. If you have any system where people need to message you or do something and that you don't have the opportunity for them to just hit buy now, you need to rectify that. Other things that have come up with clients is going back and forth with a contract before they've made. If you have to send manual invoices after the fact, I would stop doing that. You shouldn't be manually sending invoices at random times. And your client 100% should not be having to follow you up with invoices. Same goes with booking appointments. If you are emailing or messaging back and forth to find the right time, oh my God, you need to just have a booking system set with your availability, send them the link, bang, they book in when it suits them. If you're going back and forth on times in 2024, no. Those are just some things that are definitely going to benefit you. Manually booking appointments, same goes. No way. Just set up a scheduling app and send them the link. If these have been, whoa, I need to do these things, these are a problem in my business, you would get so much out of the Magnetic Mastermind. It's a self-led training. I think it's about 60 or 90 minutes of coaching for 4 weeks and then homework each week. And in that, you'll not only get a big list of these game changers for you to work through, I'll explain them in one of the calls, but you'll also get my integrity-based sales strategy, which is the only thing I use to come up with a content and sales strategy. And that is the only thing I've used to make quite a lot of money. If you are interested in that, check out the show notes to jump into the mastermind. If you can't tell, getting to share this time with you is something that I find truly sacred. I know that you're busy, but if you've taken anything away from our time spent together today, could you extend the love and share this episode with a friend, your community, or on your socials? Tag me so that I can see it and I can share it too. Or when you have a spare moment, leave the podcast a review. These things cost you nothing and will mean so much to me. Let's get this resource into the hands of more women visionaries and help us collectively move towards our most aligned way of being and doing business together.